Hi everyone. In this lecture, we are going to discuss the two basic laws of the colorimetry, that is Lambert's and the Beer's law. So friends, in the last lecture of the colorimetry, we have discussed some basic terms which are very useful in the colorimetry, such as the wavelength, frequency, wave number, radiant energy, radiant power, transmittance and percentage transmittance, absorbance, absorptivity, molar absorptivity and the path length. So, here in this lecture we are going to consider the Lambert's and the Beer's law. So, let us consider the first of all the phenomenon of the or the concept of absorption of the light. So, here let us consider this diagram. So, here in this diagram this is the cell. So, here in this cell the solution or the medium it is taken. So, here its concentration is C, while B is the path length of the cell, and here this is the incident light or incident radiation. So, it is a monochromatic. Then here this is the reflected radiation and this is the transmitted radiation. So, friends, here when the beam of monochromatic light, when it allowed to pass through the transparent medium, so what happen? Some part of the light is absorbed, some part of the light is transmitted, and here the some part of the light is reflected. So, here in this diagram P0 it is the radiant power of the incident radiation, that is it is the intensity of the incident radiation. PR is the radiant power of the reflected radiation. Pa is the radiant power of the absorbed radiation, and here the P is the radiant power of the transmitted radiation. So, here when the beam of the monochromatic light, when it allowed to the passage through the transparent medium, some part of the light is absorbed, some part of the light is reflected, while the remaining part of the light is transmitted. So, by considering this concept of the absorption of the light, here we can write the equation, that is the P0 is equal to PR plus PA plus P, where P0 is the radiant power of the incident light is equal to radiant power of the reflected light plus radiant power of the absorbed light plus radiant power of the transmitted light. So, here the radiant power of the reflected light it is very small and it is near about 4%. So, here this PR it can be safely neglected for the air glass interfaces. So, here in this equation this PR is very small, that is why it is neglected. So, here this equation can be written as P0 is equal to PA plus P. So, here P0 is equal to PA plus P, and after rearranging this equation we can write PA is equal to PR plus P. So, here friends there are two important laws governing the absorption of the light, and which are these two laws? The first law is the Lambert's law and the second law is the Beer's law. So, here the this Lambert's law it gives the relation between the radiant power of the absorbed light and thickness of the medium. Then here Beer's law it gives the relation between the radiant power of the absorbed light and the concentration of the medium. So, here Lambert's and the Beer's law. So, here friends, when we combine this Lambert's and the Beer's law, so this combined form of these two law it is called as the Lambert's Beer's law, and these are discussed below. So, friends, let us consider one by one. First of all, Lambert's law, second one is the Beer's law, and the third one is the combined law, that is the Lambert's Beer's law. So, here Lambert's law. So, here the Lambert's law it gives the relation between the radiant power of the absorbed light with the thickness of the medium. So, here the statement of the light, when a beam of monochromatic light is allowed to pass through the transparent medium. So, friends, when we consider the Lambert's law, so here the light it should be the monochromatic light, and all of you know that what is my monochromatic light? The light which contains the single wavelength, such light it is called the monochromatic light. Then here the medium it should be the transparent. The medium it should be the transparent, that means the cell which is used for the experiment it should be prepared from the glass. So, here when a beam of monochromatic light is allowed to pass through the transparent medium, the rate of the decrease of the radiant power with the thickness of the medium it is directly proportional to the radiant power of the incident light. So, here this is the statement of the Lambert's law. Mathematically the law may be stated as that is a minus dP by dB is directly proportional to P. So, this is the mathematical equation for the Lambert's law. So, here this can be rearranged, minus dP by dB is equal to K1 into P. This is the equation number 1. So, here in this equation dP is the change, this dP, it is the change in the radiant power when the light of the radiant power of P passes through the small thickness of the sample, that is the dB. So, here minus dP by dB is equal to K1 into P, that is a change in P with respect to the thickness of the medium, that is a B. So, here in this equation K1, it is called as the proportionality constant, and here there is a negative sign. This negative sign indicate that the radiant power decreases as the light path length increases. So, here as we increase the light path length, there is a decrease in the radiant power of the light, that is why here there is a negative sign. So, equation 1 can be rearranged. So, here we can rearrange the equation 1, minus dP by P is equal to K1 into dB. This is the equation number 2, and friends, here we have to integrate this equation 2 by using the proper limit of the path length and the radiant power. So, here what are the limits? So, here the limits are B is equal to 0 to B is equal to B, that means 0 to B, and here the limits of the radiant power, that is a P0, P is equal to P0 and P is equal to P. So, here let us integrate this equation 2 by using the proper limit of the path length and the radiant power. So, here equation 2 can be written as here integration of dP upon P from the limit P0 to P, here there is a minus sign. So, minus integration of dP upon P from the P0 to P is equal to integration of K1 into dB from the limit 0 to B. So, friends, here integration of dP upon P, it is a ln P. So, substituting the value of the upper limit and the lower limit, upper limit is the P, lower limit is the P0. So, ln P minus ln P0. So, this can be written as minus ln P upon P0 is equal to K1 is the proportionality constant. So, it remains as it is. So, integration of dB. So, all of you know that integration of the dx is x. Similar way, here the integration of the dB is B. So, here in bracket B from the limit 0 to B, substitute the value of the upper limit B. So, B minus lower limit, that is a 0, B minus 0. So, here the final answer is B. So, here minus ln P upon P0 is equal to K1 into B. Again this equation can be rearranged by changing the numerator and the denominator here, and here negative sign is cancelled. So, ln P0 upon P is equal to K1 into B. So, here friends, once again all of you know that ln means log to the base e. So, here we have to convert base e into the base 10 by using the rule of change of base. So, here we have to multiply by the factor 2.303. So, here this expression or this equation can be written as 2.303 log of P0 upon P to the base 10 is equal to K1 into B. Again here this equation can be rearranged. Log of P0 by P to the base 10 is equal to this K1 divided by 2.303 into B, and here friends, again here log of P0 by P, this is the definition of the absorbance, or here instead of log of P0 by P, we are going to substitute the A, capital A, that is the absorbance. So, K1 is constant, 2.303 is also constant. So, here K1 upon 2.303, it is another constant, and here it is denoted by symbol capital K1 into B. This is the equation number 3. So, here this is the first law, that is why here we use the 1. So, here A is equal to K1 into B, equation 3, where A is the absorbance, and here the K1 is equal to small K1 divided by 2.303. Friends, this is about the Lambert's law. Then let us consider the Beer's law. In the similar manner, we are going to state the Beer's law, as well as we are going to derive the expression for the Beer's law. So, here the statement of the law, when a beam of monochromatic light is allowed to pass through the transparent medium, the rate of the decrease of the radiant power with the concentration of the medium is directly proportional to the radiant power of the incident light. Same statement as the Lambert's law, only here instead of the thickness, here we are going to consider the concentration of the medium. Then here mathematically the law may be stated as, that is a minus dP by dC is directly proportional to P. So, again here this can be rearranged, minus dP by dC is equal to K2 into P. This is the equation number 4. So, here where this dP, it is the change in radiant power when the light of the radiant power P passes through the infinitesimally small concentration of the sample, that is a dc. So, here the dp by dc, that is the change in the radiant power p with the concentration, and here there is a negative sign. This negative sign indicate that the radiant power decreases as the concentration increases. That is why here there is a negative sign. So, minus dp by dc is equal to k2 into p. This is the equation number 4. Again here we have to integrate this equation 4 by using the proper limit after rearrangement. So, let us rearrange the equation. Minus dp by p is equal to k2 into dc. This is the equation number 5. So, here let us integrate this equation by using the proper limit of the radiant power as well as proper limit of the concentration. So, what is the limit? So, p is equal to p0 and p is equal to p. Then here the limits of for the concentration, C is equal to 0 and C is equal to C. So, here let us integrate the equation 5. So, minus integration of dp upon p from the limit p0 to p is equal to integration of k2 into dc from the limit 0 to c. So, similar here integration of dp upon p is the ln p. So, here by substituting the value of the upper limit and the lower limit, here we can write minus ln p upon p0 is equal to k2 is it remain as it is, while integration of dc is the c from the limit 0 to c, and substituting the value of the limit, here we get the c. So, here minus ln p upon p0 is equal to k2 into c. Again here by changing the numerator and the denominator, here the negative sign is cancelled, and here ln p0 by p is equal to k2 into c. Again here ln means log to the base e multiply by the 2.303, just to change the base e into the base 10, then 2.303 log of p0 by p to the base 10 is equal to k2 into c. Again the rearrangement of the equation, that is the log of p0 by p to the base 10 is equal to in bracket k2 divided by 2.303 into c. Again here log of p0 by p, it is the absorbance. So, here instead of log of p0 by p, let us consider the A, that is the absorbance is equal to k2 is constant, 2.303 is constant. So, their ratio k2 by 2.303, it is another constant, that is the k2 into c. This is the equation number 3. So, here this is the second law, that is why here we use the 2. So, here A is equal to k2 into c. This is the equation number 6. No doubt A is the absorbance, and here the k2 is equal to k2 divided by small k2 divided by 2.303. Friends, this is about the Beer's law. Then let us consider the next law, that is the Lambert's and Beer's law. So, friends, here the Lambert's and Beer's law, it is a combination of the two laws, that is the Lambert's and the Beer's law. That is why it is called as the Lambert's-Beer's law. So, here this law deals with the relationship between the radiant power of the incident light and transmitted light as a function of both the thickness of the medium and the concentration of the absorbing species. So, friends, in case of the Lambert's law, here we consider the thickness of the medium, and in case of the Beer's law we consider the concentration of the medium, and in the Lambert's and the Beer's law, here we are going to consider the thickness as well as the concentration of the medium or the concentration of the absorbing species. Mathematically the law may be derived as per equation number 3. So, what is the equation number 3? So, here as per equation number 3, capital A is equal to k1 into b. So, here as per equation 3, here we can write absorbance is equal to constant into the thickness of the medium. Then here as per equation 6, so here capital A is equal to k2 into c, that is the absorbance is equal to constant into concentration. So, here the absorbance is equal to constant into the concentration of the medium. So, when we combine the combined law may be given by the relation when we combine these two equation these two. So, here we can write that is absorbance is equal to constant into thickness of the medium into the concentration of the medium, and here we get the equation 7, that is A is equal to constant into B, that is the thickness of the medium or the path length of the medium, and C, that is the concentration. So, here when the concentration is expressed in terms of grams per liter in the equation 7 and the thickness in centimeter, then in the equation 7 the constant, it is called as the absorptivity, and here it is represented by the small a, symbol small a. So, here equation 7 can be written as that is A capital A, that is the absorbance, is equal to small a into B into C. So, here capital A is the absorbance, small a is the absorptivity, B is the thickness or the path length, while C is the concentration. This is the equation number 8. So, here when the concentration is expressed in terms of moles per liter in the equation 7, and here the thickness is centimeter, then here the constant in the equation 7 is called as the molar absorptivity, and here it is represented by the symbol epsilon. So, here equation 7 can be written as, that is a capital A is equal to epsilon into B into C. This is the equation number 9. Capital A is the absorbance, this epsilon, it is the molar absorptivity, B is the path length or the thickness of the medium, C is the concentration of the medium. So, this equation 8 and 9, these two equations are the fundamental equation of colorimetry and are mathematically represent the Lambert's-Beer's law. So, here in the equation 9, so here this is equation 9, if concentration C is equal to 1 mole per liter and this B, that is the path length or the thickness, it is the 1 centimeter, at that time this equation 9 can be written as, that is the A is equal to epsilon. So, here the A is equal to epsilon, where epsilon, it is the molar absorptivity. Epsilon or the molar absorptivity is a constant, and it is independent on the concentration, as well as it is independent on the path length and the radiant power of the incident line. This is very, very important. So, here in the equation 9, A is equal to epsilon into B into C. So, this molar absorptivity is not dependent on the concentration, it is not dependent on the path length as well as the radiant power of the incident light. Now, for a given thickness of the medium, here equation 9 can be written as, so here this is the equation 9, A is equal to epsilon into B into C. So, for the given thickness and for the given medium, here equation 9 can be written as, that is the A is directly proportional to the C, and here the Lambert's-Beer's law, it can be stated as, for a given system and the thickness of the medium, here the absorbance of the medium is directly proportional to the concentration of the absorbing medium. For the given thickness of the medium as well as for the given medium, this A is directly proportional to the C, and here the Lambert's and the Beer's law, again for a given system and the thickness of the medium, the absorbance of the medium is directly proportional to the concentration of the absorbing species. So, friends, this is about the Lambert's-Beer's law. So, here when we consider the Lambert's-Beer's law or the Beer's law, so validity of the Beer's law. So, here the this Beer's law is valid for the solutions only. Validity of the Beer's law is valid for the solution only. Then second one is the Beer's law is only strictly valid for the radiation of the single wavelength, that means the light should be the monochromatic, and for each wavelength there will be a corresponding absorption coefficient. Then here when we consider the Lambert's-Beer's law, so here the Lambert's-Beer's law is valid except when very high intensity of the radiations are employed, that is the laser, and a significant proportion of the molecules in a given regions are in the excited state rather than in the ground state at any time. So, here these are the three conditions for the validity of the Beer's and the Lambert's law. So, friends, today we have discussed the Lambert's-Beer's law and the combined law, that is the Lambert's-Beer's law. So, thank you